Proposition C. So, Proposition A, vote yes, no. Proposition B, vote yes, no. Proposition C is the softball baseball complex. Okay, so we've had a softball team for, I've heard, about 20 years. We've got a field to play on, yes. But if you talk to the girls, ask them if that's their field or not. They say that's the city field. That's not Brady Bulldogs, that's the city. And when you really talk to them, when I put the poster from last year and they saw that in the high school office, the girls could just see the pride in what they could have. So the need for the softball field is we don't have one. We do need a softball field. Now, why add the baseball field along with it? So our architects tell us, because we did this 30-year plan, we did a facility needs assessment, and we looked at the baseball field, and the baseball field within 5 years is going to need some serious upgrades. So the cost of scope to do a baseball field and a softball field at the same time when you have the contractors out is less to go ahead and do the softball and the baseball field together. So that adds some stuff, right? Here's all the things with the baseball, softball. So that's the need that was assumed from our first town hall meeting, not from the first community survey, but the first town hall meeting. We had a parent, in fact, I was sitting at the table with them, that talked about the need for the softball field, the need that our girls in Little League play longer in the summer because they got to wait for our girls to get off so that way they can use the city field. These are the upgrades that it would be, and I can show some pictures. And again, this is in Taylor ISD. In Taylor ISD's, this is where our architects kind of helped design and built. So this is kind of the things. There's some things that we'll probably do a little different depending on where we put it. Because where will the softball, baseball field go? You know, we looked at 3 different locations, exactly where it's at, and putting a softball field right next to it. It's got some advantages, because I think if we put the softball field over there by the baseball field, we redo the baseball field, there's an opportunity, and the person sitting in here gave a great idea sitting on the sideline when I at a football game. If the concession stand where the concession stand would be and the restrooms, if we just extended that building out a little bit and made it to where there was a locker room on it also, and it was over there, that way our visiting team could actually go towards where we are now, and then our home team could actually go over on the home side and have a place to be able to go. So it kind of added something, and it kind of spurred some ideas. Whether that happens or not, Mr. Probst is probably the first time he's heard this. Does it fit the scope? It does. Does it fit the budget? Possibly, and I got to talk with them. The other 2 places have been back off of here in the bottom where it drops off, because it's so undulated over there that the best thing to put in that part of Brady ISD, we own 100 acres that way, is baseball fields, football fields, because you can then design the flat part of the field around where the ground goes up, so you don't have to push it, and you just put stands in it, and it's easier to put fields that way than it would be to plan for future buildings, because to have to build up, to get it up, and do a lot of other aspects to that part of our property would cost a lot more money than it would to be put athletic fields. The other place is over here, redesign where our practice field is now, make it go the other direction, and then put the softball, baseball field there. So those are some options that we have. So if it were to pass, that would be things that we would be kind of then coming back to the community. Where would the softball, baseball fit the community needs the best? What are some of the things, the locations, what could we do? And then there would be more town hall, more community meetings, more surveys to kind of go for it. So dugouts, and so these are the type of products that would be there. And then the last, there's the concession stand, what the inside of the concession stand would look like, the restrooms, and then there's a rendition of the actual fields. Depending on location where we put it, this is their computer generated part of it.